And there's totally wrong. Abuse somebody, kill somebody, because different faith, different religion, or no religion, or what color, or whatever you are. But this is the only people so far that they even don't have a chance. 1944, and throw them down. If you don't work out on the field, you was outside on the street corner or from your house and watch them how they march them down on the street and make them sing. First one was October 44. Was in the fall, my dad brought home his last load of corn, come home with a man and a woman and 2 kids on a horse wagon with a corn. Come in the kitchen, Mom give him soup and bread, give him some more clothes, was my dad, what we used, and up in the attic, in a smokehouse. Up in the attic, round the chimney was built a smokehouse, as big as kind of like a bathroom, where you smoke your meat, your pork, no refrigeration, where you smoke your turkeys, ham, whatever you got. Next day, my dad and my brother, they filled up the rest of the barn with straws, and then they moved down there. They lived in a barn. And that was just the way it was. It just nothing, it went day after day after day. Or 2 most important things they have to learn. You can't let them get sick. You keep them at the warmest place you could find. That was a barn. You can't hide somebody or save somebody or try it if you cough. Now you really take your house, if somebody coughs, obviously somebody's there. You can't get sick. Where are you going to take it? Take it to a hospital? By the time you get to a hospital, you're going to be long gone. Or second most important thing, you know dogs. It mentioned we had 2 dogs. They was in the house. They was a Perma or whatever alarm system. When a dog is bark, something or somebody outside. Okay? When dinner time or whenever else, somebody was in a barn, like this. When my brother and I, in a Jewish family, slept in a barn, one dog was in a barn. So if the bark, we know something or somebody outside. If a dog bark in a kitchen, run up in a smokehouse if they was in a kitchen. If they was in a barn, you better hide in a straw. Maybe it was just a raccoon out there. You see, you don't think about it. You don't have to open a door because the door better be open. That's the way they operated. And that's the way it went from October to March, and actually April. April 4th, it was when a Russian entered my hometown. And again, people say the war was over in 45. No, I don't think so. War was over. What a difference between a Russian and the Nazis. What a difference from Adolf Hitler or Joseph Stalin. What a difference between an SS or a KGB. Yes, two things. They have different uniform on, and they speak a different language. That's only different. Pick yourself. You want them in a fire and then go to fry pan, or you want them in a fry pan and go to the fire. No, that's it. Only difference was. Nazis was gone. War wasn't over. Stalin was just as bad as, or devil himself, as Adolf Hitler. Russian, KGB, they don't like the Jews. They don't like the Christian people. That's just a fact. They close the churches down. There was no freedom. Actually, I got older and I lived with them for 11 and a half years. From 1945, April 4th, and they come in, and when I left November 12, 1956, and they just as bad. They take everything you got. And again, the difference was with us and the Jews in 1956, November 10th, on a Saturday, when we decided, Frank, John, Julius, and myself, that we're going to go. We're going to try it. We had a choice, go to Yugoslavia or go to Austria. That Jewish family, they don't have a choice. Only choice they had is hide in a smokehouse or in a barn, and many others. We left Saturday, Monday morning, November 12th, Monday morning, beautiful day. We made it to a border. Frank and I made it, Julius and John then made it. Okay? If 6 million Jews could have had the same chance, okay, 3 million made it, 3 now. We got to a first farmhouse in Austria, about a half a mile from a border, from a barbed wire fence. Farmers. We went over there, they were the same thing like my mom did. She gave us food, gave us dry clothes, sit over there, eat, talk, kids came out, home from school, we played soccer. Frank and I, we don't have to go up to a smokehouse. We don't have to, evening came and neighbors come over there. We had supper, talked, we slept on the couch. We didn't sleep in a smokehouse. That was a difference. Next morning, she handed us a suitcase. Our clothes, what we took off, was already washed and dried. So I had already 2 outfits. One what I left home and what she gave me a day before. And they called the bus to pick us up. We went to Graz. I was in Austria from November 12th until March 3rd. My mom and dad couldn't call them. They said, hey, you come and pick them up. These people need help. That was a difference, and that's a difference today. I'm not saying that have to leave your country as a lot of fun, because it isn't. But the truth of the matter is, every country have a revolution or uprising or whatever you want to call it. Their government should say, hey, they against our government, against us. Even they had a reason, was a bad reason, that they didn't like us because we was up against the government. But that Jewish, or 6 million Jews, or whatever, how many millions, and that family, of Bognar family, they never did nothing against our government. Only thing was against them was they born, but you could not help it. That is what was, it's hard for me to understand, and really, I never could understand when Frank and I got to a border. They called me, oh, that poor Hungarian refugee. Oh, I wasn't poor. I wasn't a refugee. That was the first day in my life, November 12, 56, I was a free person. First 18 years, only thing I know, Adolf Hitler and Joseph Stalin. I wasn't a refugee, I was a free bird. They asked me, how is your day? Well, better than some, worse than others, but really, how is my day? I have always have a good day. I had a bad day every day the first 18 years of my life, so I remember. Why? You have a flat tire, or you have a cough, you have a bad day, or what have you goes wrong. That's not a bad day. And I had, got to Munich on the 5th, March 5th, I was in Kenfield, New Jersey. And it don't take me too long to find out what a difference between America and other countries, at least a few of it I saw. Every country has a land, right? Yes, they do. What a difference between America. Land of opportunity. Sir Winston Churchill said once, he said, a democracy, they asked him about it, and he said, a democracy is a vote-garner government under any country can live under. But better than any other form of government. We not maybe a best, but it goes good, but I tell you, we are the best. We not perfect. Nobody is. But there is. Land of opportunity, and again, that's the best. And again, certain things I never forget, Winston Churchill said. Another thing I never forget, what President John Kennedy said. Very simple. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for the country. And again, people can say whatever they tell, but I tell you, God bless America. Thank you very much.
In memory of all those who courageously resisted the barbarity of the Nazis through acts of armed resistance, spiritual resistance, or passive resistance, the 5th and 6th candles are lit by Ida Marathi and Rania Benzberia. And we say together, we shall never forget.
Those who rescued. G.C. Fleischmann was born into an Orthodox Jewish family in Bratislava, Slovakia. Soon after Hitler came to power in Germany in 1933, Jewish refugees began to arrive in the Bratislava area. Many of those refugees hoped to go on to the British-held Palestinian Mandate, which is now Israel, but hundreds were stranded in Slovakia. Fleischmann played a key role in providing for the needs of these displaced persons and helping them on their way. Many of them later remembered her with gratitude and affection. Following the Nazi pattern elsewhere in Germany, the Slovakian government set up a nationwide Jewish council. Although they understood this was really designed to be used against the Jews, Fleischmann and her friends joined the council and tried to use it instead as an instrument to save Jewish lives. Later, they formed a secret resistance group within the council known as the Working Group, with Fleischmann as their leader. In 1942, the Germans and the Slovaks began deporting Slovakia's 80,000 Jews to Poland, where they faced death in work and concentration camps. Under Fleischmann's leadership, the Working Group fought to halt the transports to Poland, where there were still 20,000 Slovakian Jews left. These 20,000 remained precariously safe for nearly 2 years. Fleischmann's colleague, Rabbi Michael Weissmandel, originated a plan to save all of Europe's remaining Jews by payment of a large ransom. This is the Europa Plan, probably was the first effort by the Jews to try to negotiate with the Nazis for the lives of their people. Fleischmann originally opposed the plan. Later, though, when she became convinced there was no other way to save the large number of Jews, she became the plan's chief negotiator and its staunchest advocate with Jewish organizations. Although some Nazi officers indicated an interest in the Europa Plan, it was never tried. The working group's rescue efforts never stopped, even while negotiations for the plan went on. Fleischmann and her friends organized a network to smuggle Jews, many of them children, out of Poland to safety. These rescues were known as the hikes. In late summer 1944, as a result of a revolt in Slovakia, Germany took over direct control, of the country and resumed deporting Slovakia's Jews to Poland. Among the victims was G.C. Fleischmann. She was sent to the death camp at Auschwitz and was murdered there in October 1944. The noted Jewish lawyer Gideon Hausner wrote of her that her name deserves to be immortalized in the annals of our people as a radiant example of heroism and boundless devotion. The king will separate the righteous into two groups, as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. The shepherd will place the sheep to his right side and the goats on his left. The king will say to those on his right, "Come, you have my Father's blessing. Inherit the kingdom prepared from you from the creation of the world. I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. Naked, and you clothed me. I was ill, and you comforted me. In prison, you came to visit me. I assure you, as often as we did this kindness, the least of my brothers and sisters, you did this for me." In memory of all those whose deaths were the result of Nazi hate, whether they were Jews or Gentiles, Roma or homosexuals, Jehovah's Witnesses or Seventh-day Adventists, political dissenters, people of color, or the mentally ill, the seventh candle is lit by the Reverend Dr. Christine Isham. And let us say, we shall never forget.
In the 1930s, and especially in the aftermath of World War II, the United States was the beneficiary of the talent, creativity, and wisdom of thousands of European Jewish artists and intellectuals. They came to save their lives, to start new lives, and to pursue and share their art in freedom. One of those was the cellist Jeno Starker, who died in Bloomington, Indiana on April 28, 2013. Starker's parents were immigrants to Hungary from Russia and Poland. When Starker was born in Budapest in 1924, he was a child of Jewish immigrants with no documents. Each the many generations of musicians before me, a legacy that only Starker's generation could convey. Amongst many other things, he taught me perseverance, and that through music, how to work toward tikkun olam, the covenant to heal the world through acts of goodness. Zygmunt Schul, one of the composers on tonight's program, died in Theresienstadt. For him and all of the creative artists who perished in the Holocaust, for those like